What's going on, everybody? It's Over the Ropes. I'm Tyler.
Corlin, what's going on, man?
The return of Court. Thank you, Addict, for coming in yesterday for our SmackDown review, or 2 days ago, technically. Uh,
Yeah.
and we got your Night of Champions review. What's
Yes,
going?
sir.
What's going on, buddy? How you doing?
I just finished the show.
Mm-hmm.
As always, some of these PLEs are not bartender friendly.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to watch as much of it as I could last night. I dozed off. I just kept dozing off. I was like, I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it.
Mm.
But I just finished up. Definitely some swerves I didn't expect. I'm excited to chop it up.
Dude, I'm glad this was at 1 p.m. yesterday because, like, 9:30 last night, I was like, I would have had a hard time if it was a late night pay per view last night.
9:30. I was still working, brother.
I was dozing. Um, so since you weren't here for a SmackDown review, any opinions, notes, anything you feel like you need to express from SmackDown?
I'm super stoked that Julia won the U.S. Championship.
Yeah.
Um, that's easy, quick note number one.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I was pumped that Ray Phoenix was Andrade's partner.
Dude, that entrance looked so damn good. Like,
It was awesome.
right? It really went
Yeah.
well together, and they look great together.
I really liked the tag match. Not gonna lie,
Me too. I said that.
absolutely loved this match.
I said that to Addict, who's watching with me. I said, dude, us wrestling fans don't usually like singles wrestlers thrown together into a tag team. I said, but
Yep.
this kind of works
Yeah,
in all
yeah,
aspects of it.
I liked them a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was an awesome match. I was glad Alistair stood up to R-Truth. I'm really excited to see where this Alistair R-Truth Priest thing goes.
Yeah.
Um, I did not like the tag team match for the titles, even a little bit.
Okay.
This segment did nothing for me.
So
Tiffany and I was up.
it's probably wishful thinking because I bring this up every time something like this happens, but I just think it has to be ending to like some kind of like tag turmoil or something, right? Like,
Um,
which again is probably wishful thinking
it's.
because I love me some tag turmoil, so that's always
I feel
my
like since February, there's just been like 4 tag teams constantly,
yeah.
going at. So I mean, maybe at some point, but I don't know. I just was not feeling this match and all the interference at all.
Yeah. So my only other thing with the Julia thing, I love Julia winning, but I do feel a little bit for Zelina. Like it feels like we'll just give her this just to shut the fans up, sort of. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because Zelina's great. So, uh,
I did feel bad, but it's Julia time. I'm here for
that
it.
is true. That is true. Yep.
And I think the end of SmackDown was great. I think the Punk promo, I was very curious what you guys thought. I absolutely loved it. I thought it was great. And I think him hitting with the Drake line at the end, my God.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought it was very entertaining. I was into it. I thought it was good. I thought it was a great way to end the show. You know, we had 3 title matches. The last woman standing match was solid. Hopefully, the end for a while between those two. If there's a draft, I'm sure one's getting sent to a different show to separate them. But I thought that was a fun way to end the show.
You think they can draft Nia Jax to a different company? Does it work like that?
Whoa, boy. Well, I ain't going all there. All right, I ain't going all there. My haterade ain't that strong. So, Naya, that was him, not me. All right. If you ever see this, cause somebody gonna clip some shit, I can already tell. Um, so now we got Night of Champions. What did you think overall? Mm, 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 mm. Can't hear you.
My mic came unplugged for a little bit.
There you
Are
go.
we good? Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry about that. I got a new setup today, and I don't think that it's working. This will be a one-time only thing, I promise. Yeah.
So what did you think of Night of Champions?
I'm usually not always a big fan of these Saudi Arabia shows.
Mm-hmm.
This was probably my favorite show they've done there ever.
Yeah.
Um, there's always something janky or like just some terrible booking stuff that doesn't make sense. Like when I think about these shows, I always think about bad stuff. I think about Triple H and Shawn wrestling when they shouldn't have been. I think about some of these Goldberg moments. Think about, Titus O'Neil almost killing himself on the way to the ring. You know, the awful cage match with the Fiend and Seth. Like, there's always something really, really bad that happens. Not only did I, nothing was like overtly bad. There's a couple things I can't wait to talk about that I didn't love, but this was pretty strong. I think the King of the Ring match was really good. And the last match, the title match, was insane. So, I would say this is the most positive showing on my end
Yeah,
in Saudi
I thought
Arabia.
it was pretty good. I thought the end of the show was definitely better than the beginning. I don't usually have a problem with Saudi Arabia shows. I don't really with this one. I kind of brought it up on SmackDown show that like we talked about the whole idea of them going to Saudi Arabia and stuff. And frankly, this week I was reminded after our last show that they did used to do tribute to the troops. So like,
Yep.
is this any worse than flying into Afghanistan or Iraq in the middle of a war? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, so, but yeah, I thought overall the show was good. I feel like the last half was definitely kicked it up a gear, and it'll be interesting. I feel like right
Yeah.
now,
Uh,
I feel like right now SmackDown seems a little bit more like, man, what's gonna happen here than Raw. So
yes, I would agree.
yeah. So let's just get right into it. I'll let you start the first match mainly because as soon as it started, I realized I had to like move my laundry over and other crap. So like I was kind of in and out for this first match.
Okay. I think that works out. Oh, damn. That means I'm also going to get the match that I missed, but that's all good. Um, Cody versus Orton, King of the Ring finals. Both guys hit their finishers. Both kicked out. These guys know each other really well. They did a really good job of highlighting their history.
Yeah.
Cole absolutely nailed that, and I loved it. He talked about the legacy days. Talked about their head-to-head matchups. I love the stats like that.
Yeah.
To me, the intriguing part of this match was the punt. Orton lines up for the punt, but he hesitates. He ends up going for it, but he waits too long. Cody's ready. Cody ends up sinking in a figure four. And then the other big moment is Randy goes outside and he grabs a chair,
Mm-hmm.
which would have got him disqualified.
Yep.
And now I don't know if this is just a distraction. The ref takes it away, and so instead he goes over to the turnbuckle pad and takes it off. But it ends up working against him because Cody pushes him into it. Cody hits the crossroads. Cody gets the win in 2 years in a row. Randy Orton is the bridesmaid.
Loses in the finals. Yep.
Yeah.
So the match itself was good. I liked a lot of the reversals. Randy said on SmackDown he was going to do whatever it takes. He hesitated with the punt, but still went for it in the end. He had the chair, the turnbuckle. He was doing the poke in the eyes. All classic Randy Orton. So I thought the match was good. I feel like Cody was easily the easiest pick to win a match on this show. Like that was beyond like easy to figure out. The promo afterwards. Did you have any thoughts about that?
I got up. I did not catch the promo after, really. I'm not going to lie.
The promo was really weird. You should go back and watch it. Because Cody kept like... It was like, I know like... Kept talking about the King of the Ring matches and referring to people as like your guys' favorite characters. and kept referring to everybody as like a character on TV. It was really,
Really?
yeah, it was really weird.
Oh, you know what? I think I overheard him say something about I know I just beat the fan favorite Jey Uso.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they kept like referring to everything as like your guys' favorite character on TV. But it was just the harping on like not talking about them as like they normally do, and was like this
Yeah.
weird like, I know everybody likes these characters, and it was just such a weird like,
Bad thing to say.
what do you do? Like Cody does this sometimes where he just throws out these weird promos that you're like, what is that supposed to mean? Like, are you trying to do something here? It kind of reminds me of the whole like, you guys want me to be a bad guy, so I'm not going to. That's the ultimate bad guy move in AEW that he was doing there at the end. You know, like this like niche. I don't know. I don't even know what the hell. He tries to overthink some shit sometimes. I think, and it never seems to work out. But the match itself was good. I just thought the promo at the end was very weird, and I didn't like it. Think you came
Wonky.
up? Yeah. What'd you say?
Just a bit wonky.
Yeah. But the match itself was great. Cody's awesome. Randy's awesome. We all loved it. It was, yeah. I mean, and Cody's going to SummerSlam. Probably to face Cena, because I doubt we see Cena until the build to SummerSlam. So,
5 weeks, 6 weeks.
yeah. So the report was it would be like July something the next time he's going to be on TV. So, like mid-July. So probably like 2 or 3
Probably won't
weeks.
see him for 2 or 3 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah. So then we got Raquel Rodriguez versus Rhea Ripley in the street fight. All these matches were good. Like, I wouldn't say there's any bad matches on this card. Raquel powerbombs Rhea through a...
The table cowl, like that thing
yeah,
that
yeah.
goes. That's what
Yeah.
they're called.
Gotcha. Rhea hits the razor. So here's my one beef with this match before we get into the nitpicky. It's my problem with Rhea and Bianca to begin with. Stop making people superhuman. Rhea should not have won this match. With Roxanne, with everything else, and this is why people turn on some of these wrestlers. Like,
Yep.
because Rhea had no business winning this match except for the fact that she's Rhea Ripley. That's what they do with Cena. That's what they do with Bianca. They do that with Rhea. Like, Rhea should not have won this match, which is exactly why I picked her to win. Because I knew there was no shot in hell that Rhea was going to lose against Raquel. Because you have to be superhuman or Liv Morgan to be Rhea Ripley. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like Rhea hits a razor's edge, followed up by a big boot, which was great because it was her little nod to Damian Priest. Roxanne attacks. Rhea attacks Roxanne ringside. Raquel throws Rhea into the ring post and the steps. Rhea regains control in the ring, hits a riptide on top of the table. On top of the turnbuckle. That was cool. That was a cool move to finish the match.
Never seen anything like that.
Yeah, so they had the table kind of draped across the ropes, and then she hits a riptide. It was gnarly. It was cool. But it's just like, this is one of those matches that are going to get people to turn on Rhea.
I unfortunately agree. I picked Raquel. I feel like Street Fight gives you the easy out and the opportunity to allow Roxanne to help. Was Roxanne just like stuck in that trash can outside of the ring? Like, what happened here?
Right.
You know, I did not think it was the right choice. Mm-hmm. The only reason I was thinking about picking Rhea is, get the fans hyped overseas. Obviously, everyone was really excited to see Rhea. But this just seemed like a really easy way to get Raquel a win, and they failed to capitalize.
Yep.
And if I'm going to kill AEW for it, I got to kill WWE for it.
Yeah, of course.
I'm sick of seeing refs hold ladders and tables so people don't fall off them. If you need the ref to hold something, just don't do it.
Right.
That annoyed me a metric shit ton.
Yeah. Yeah. The match was good. I just thought the wrong person won. I did notice Roxanne's color scheme.
Yeah.
It was real Judgment Day esque purple and
Yeah, it
black.
was.
Yeah, yeah.
I just cannot believe they didn't have Raquel win.
They should have. I knew they weren't. It's like honestly, since I bet it's Rhea and Io at SummerSlam,
Yeah,
which is gonna be not as good as Io and Asuka.
Yeah, we'll see if Oscar can get into this somehow.
Yeah, I'm wondering if they maybe do Asuka and EOL like Evolution or something, but like, maybe like Nikki and Rhea versus Raquel and Roxanne or some shit. But
What did you say? We got 2 weeks until the bash?
you mean Evolution?
Yeah. Aren't they all the same weekend, though?
Yes. Yeah, I think
Yep.
it's 2 weeks. And then it's like 4 or 5 or 6 till SummerSlam. So,
Yep.
But yeah, so I think it's 2 more weeks.
And there's so many big shows. It's overkill.
Our tone sounds like it was a bad match. It was a good match. It was a good street fight. It was just the wrong winner.
Yep.
Especially with Roxanne coming out. Frankly, if Rhea was going to win, Roxanne shouldn't have been.
Just keep Roxanne out.
Keep her away from the match.
She shouldn't have been involved at all, because now they just both look like idiots.
Yep.
And like, it would have been such an easy way to further this Judgment Day storyline. I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense at all to me.
Mm-hmm. No, 100%.
Whatever.
100%.
Not my company.
Nope.
We're going to follow this up with something else that doesn't make any sense to me. We got Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross, and I mean, from my perspective, Karrion Kross pretty much dominated this match. And he's got Sami beat down in the corner, and basically he's running to one corner, he runs in for an attack, and he just keeps shit-talking Sami over and over and over, and he's like, admit you're a liar, admit I was right. And he just keeps coming in, and he tries it one time too many. I do love when Sami does this, but when Kross ran to the opposite corner, Sami followed him and absolutely nailed the haluva kick.
Smoked him with that haluva kick.
Sami gets the desperation win. Out of nowhere, Sami wins, and I want to see all these suckers talking shit about Karrion Kross and his back bumps now. Y'all are idiots. Go play in traffic.
That was such a stupid narrative.
But I hate this decision. I really do. 2 matches in a row, I'm just like...
So this one I didn't hate as much because at least Sami got the desperation win. Like, at least he wasn't fending off 4 people and still looked out like he was perfectly fine after the match. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Kross whooped Sami's ass, and Sami just got that good desperation haluva kick. That, like, you know what I'm saying? Man, you were having a bad night at this point. You were 1 and 2.
Yeah. Doesn't get much better.
But yeah, I mean, here's the thing: Sami and Kross are not done. Thank God for the Saudi Arabia crowd, because that crowd reaction should open some eyes when it comes to Kross. They loved. You know how else I knew they were gonna lose?
Who?
Kross.
How?
Scarlett had the biggest boo-boo face coming out to that.
Yeah, that's pretty fair.
She looked so irritated.
Yeah. I was just glad we got to see the entrance, though.
Sweet entrance.
It's been so long.
Their entrance is so damn good. The song's good. The entrance is good. But, yeah, no. I mean, like I said, at least this was like, thank God I got out of there with a win, you know? So I can appreciate that. Now, the match that not a single damn person on this planet picked for Solo Sikoa to win the U.S. title.
I think Tommy Dreamer did.
Did he?
Someone on Busted Open picked this. I was listening last night. It was funny because I still hadn't seen this, but I was listening on my way back to the house, and they were doing their pick'ems. Also, I love that Dave LeGrec and I had the same exact picks. Dave picked Cross and Raquel. We saw it the exact same way. But I think Tommy picked Solo, which was wild to me.
Well, he's the only person on this planet that picked Solo. I don't hate it, though. He has, like, titles don't need to be held for a long time, which is what Triple H is doing right now.
Yep.
So, at some point during the match, JC Mateo runs down to run interference. Mask guy comes in through the ring, hits a neck breaker from the top rope. And I'm like, okay, that's not Hikuleo. That guy is not big enough. Pulls off the mask, and it's Tongaloa. I said, oh, the king is back.
It's fun to tell because he hit his cue, so.
I know, the king of botches is here. Let's see what happens. Love me some Tongaloa. Which hopefully means Tamatonga's not far behind.
You would have to think, yeah.
So he hits a neck breaker from the top rope. Jacob kicks out at 2. Jacob hits an insane dive on Mateo and Tongaloa, which was nuts.
I thought for sure that was going to be the moment of the night. We've got something else to talk to at the very end, but that was an absolute holy shit moment.
Yeah.
A dude that size should not be able to do that.
100%. Fatu hits the moonsault, pins Solo, but then comes the big boy, Hikuleo, drags Jacob out of the ring, choke slams him on the announce table, keeps yelling at him, you had everything. You had everything. Like, he just kept yelling it over and over and over again. Throws Jacob back in the ring. Solo hits the spike. 1, 2, 3. And your new United States champion, Solo Sikoa.
Yeah, how about that?
Well, yeah, so now you were 1-3 at this point, brother. Holy shit.
Not a good start.
3-1 for me at this point. like I said, we have a group chat of what? 2, 3, 4, 5 people doing. 5 people that do predictions every month, and not one person picked. This was probably
6.
the most.
You, your cousin, Ron, Bonds, myself, and oh god,
The other people don't do predictions all the time.
but there were 6 of us.
There's other people.
Yeah, I guess it is fine.
They don't do predictions all the time. And this was a pretty diverse picking group of matches. Not one person picked Solo. Even knowing Hikuleo was there, because you didn't know who Hikuleo would be teamed with. I was into it. This match was fun. It was good. Jacob's awesome. Solo's been doing so much better since he's doing this sarcastic, over the top character. And yeah, we got the king back, the king of botches. Just wait for the next time he goes to punch somebody in the nuts and punches his brother in the head. And
it was Hikuleo this time that missed his cue.
They are related, so
It's in the family, I guess.
I was into it. I thought it was a fun match.
Yeah, and it's a good way to keep Jacob looking strong because it took four guys to beat him.
Mm-hmm.
3 guys to beat him.
Yeah.
4, yeah.
Yep.
So
and it brings on that, keeps going with that bloodline.
Jacob and Jimmy, Big Jim are gonna end up together, I think.
In some capacity, yep.
To fight them off.
Yep.
But who else did they get on their side to even this out?
Jay.
Yeah, you think Jay's coming back in?
Why not?
Well, he's not a champ anymore, so it's possible.
There's nothing else to do.
I hate you, Solo.
I hate you. On the press conference, people are chanting "Yeet," and Solo goes, "He ain't even here. He ain't even here."
Yeah, I'm excited to watch that after.
Yeah.
I literally just finished the show.
Yeah.
So after this, Queen of the Ring final. We got Asuka. We got Jade Cargill. Jade's outfits are always awesome. This one was excellent as always.
Classic Storm from when we were
Yep.
kids. Yep.
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 Um, what'd you think of this match?
I thought it was a good match.
I thought it was awkward. I don't know. I feel like they did not have like a good chemistry, and I feel like their tag matches were fine. I thought this one was a little bit odd. I feel like Asuka was just like steps ahead of Jade, and she had to really slow herself down.
She was. I mean,
Um,
people forget, but Jay doesn't have that much experience. Like,
I get that. I just feel like it made it look kind of clunky.
yeah, of course.
And the crowd was very anti Jade, which surprised me. This crowd was all for Asuka.
Yeah,
Um,
that didn't surprise me a lot. They seem to. Listen, I'm not gonna make assumptions, but I will point out that they boo Jade a lot there and they boo Bianca a lot there. I'm just saying.
yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? I feel
Yeah.
like there might be some other people that might get booed a lot. I'm not gonna. Not making assumptions. I'm just saying. You know?
Oh, you're totally right. I forgot how bad Bianca used to get booed there, though.
Uh-huh.
You've got a good point, unfortunately.
Right.
The end was alright, though. Jade looked like she had it. Asuka fought back. And then Asuka goes for the Empress Impact. Jade catches her, hits the Jaded. Jade gets the win, I think, as most of us predicted. But definitely not their best match. I thought that this was the worst match on the card.
Probably. I think people, because she looks so great and she is good. But I think people forget how little experience Jade really has. And she's doing her best with these people that are just so much better than her. Like,
Yep.
this isn't meant to be a jab. I know some people are gonna be in their feels about me saying this, but like it helped in AEW where not everybody was so high on the talent list. You know what I'm saying? She could wrestle people more her ability level. So like sometimes she probably looked better than like she does here, where it does seem like people have to keep shifting down for her.
Yep.
But like she's still doing good. She has just such a great look, such a great character. I wanted Asuka
Super athletic, too.
super
But
athletic. I wanted Asuka to win just specifically for Asuka versus Io, but I guess they can still do that at some point.
yeah, hopefully they still find a way to get it there.
Yeah, like I said, I doubt it's gonna be a SummerSlam. I know, I know it's coming. We're gonna end up getting Io and Rhea.
It's so good to have Asuka back. I honestly forgot how awesome she is.
Yeah, I agree. Asuka is great. Her character work is great. Her wrestling's great. Jade is queen of the ring, and she goes on to probably face Tiffany. I'm assuming both champions will have a title defense at Evolution, but you know,
So both the King and Queen coming from SmackDown.
oh, King was coming from SmackDown regardless. So
That's true.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
very
yeah,
SmackDown heavy right now.
very SmackDown heavy. Yeah.
And Cena's appearing on SmackDown constantly. It's just like I feel like everything's happening on SmackDown right now.
Yeah. And then we have the main event. CM Punk versus John Felix Anthony Cena. Such a good match. Did you notice Punk's gear?
I didn't notice anything unusual about it. No, what was
I
it?
wouldn't have noticed if it wasn't for Twitter. But that was his Money in the Bank gear.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm sure.
From when he won it, you mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Cool.
So I'm assuming it's a new one with the same color scheme, you know?
Oh, the Money in the Bank against Cena.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah, it is.
Yep.
I literally paused on a recap of the match. Holy shit. Okay, nice.
Like I said, I wouldn't have noticed that if it wasn't for
Great callback.
for Twitter X. The match, frankly, was one of Cena's better matches
Yes.
since on this run, which is not a surprise because like Punk,
These guys have such good chemistry.
they have such good chemistry. Punk wants to go. You know, unfortunately, we all know Randy has a slower pace. Cody has a slower pace. All these guys that he's been wrestling so far have this slower kind of pace in the ring. So it was good to see somebody who kind of more wants to go. Um, match was awesome. There were near falls after near falls,
Oh yeah.
reversals, all kinds of crap. Cena gets the belt. He thinks about it. The fans are chanting. He ends up deciding not to. Drops it. Eats a GTS. Cena goes for a shoulder tackle, but Punk ducks. Cena takes out the ref, so you already know what's coming there. Punk calls
Booking of the century upcoming.
in the best way, though.
Yeah.
So Punk calls for another ref, but out comes Seth Rollins. And I'm like, oh, he's not going to try to cash in. He's not in a wrestling attire. Like, he's just here to screw Punk. So he sends it down to Bronze, Breaker, and Bronson Reed. They choke slam Punk through an announce table. But then,
what an ugly spot that was, too.
But then Seth calls for a ref, and I'm like, oh, shit. He's actually going to go for it. And Cena destroys Little Nate. Holy shit. So
that's going to be the gif of the year.
He's sprinting, and Cena comes out of nowhere and looks like Braun Breaker and shoulder tackles the shit out of this poor ref.
You know what it reminded me of?
What?
Do you remember Keith Lee doing that to Adam Cole?
Yeah.
That's
I love Keith Lee's punch.
Yeah.
Oh my, that first one too. Yeah, against Adam Cole.
That bounce. Oh my god.
Shot him into the fans. Was nuts.
That's an all-time moment.
All-time moment. So shoulder tackle, but goes the ref to bang. Cena hits an AA on Seth. Reed and Breaker end up taking him out. Penta comes running out. Breaker meets him on stage. Dude, Breaker caught Penta like midair and like suplexed him. I was like, damn. And then out comes Sammy. Him and Braun start brawling. Penta does a dive off because the walkway is this real big, tall walkway. So he dives off of that onto Braun and Sammy. Dude, the stage was huge.
Enormous.
Reed's going for a tsunami on Cena. Punk pushes him off. Cena hits an AA. Punk extends his hand to Cena. They shake. They embrace. And then Cena
laces over.
Just like he did against Cody. He goes for the low blow, but Punk's ready for it. Seth comes in, smashes Money in Bank off Punk's head, hits him with the stomp. Cena throws Seth out of the ring, capitalizes with the pin. 1, 2, 3, and still your world champion, John Cena. Just the most overbooked in the best way.
Oh, it worked, yeah. I would agree. You said it well. Overbooked in the best way.
Yeah.
It was awesome. I thought for a moment we were really going to get... Seth Rollins is the first guy to cash in at Mania, and I'm like, the guy's going to cash in Arabia. Can you imagine that? I really thought there was a chance there.
Me too. Yeah.
But this was fantastic.
What a way. It's interesting that Seth's going after that belt.
Kind of eyeballing both, to be honest, I think.
Kind of don't like it.
Why?
I do in the sense of, like, it puts another wrinkle into it. I don't because I spend too much time on the internet. And I already hear enough people call the other world title, like, the B Championship and crap like that. And I feel like that kind of makes it seem like that a little bit more. Especially when Seth cares about that belt probably more than anybody else. That World Heavyweight title. and yet he seems more focused on the WWE Championship.
I think part of this was just to mess with Punk, though.
Oh, for sure. I think so, too.
Which was awesome.
But, yeah. I mean, if they do another match at SummerSlam, this has to be, like, Hell in a Cell? Like, what are they going to do?
Fight to the death.
Yeah, like, Punk just had a Hell in a Cell with Drew. Like,
yeah.
So they got to do something that,
like... I Quit, maybe?
I Quit, I don't know.
Ambulance match, something crazy.
Something crazy and brutal that, like, is a real, like, this is it for a while. So...
The only thing that kind of annoyed me in the match, it's, like, kind of funny. Penta channeled his inner Jeff Hardy. Do you know what I mean by that?
Walk instead of helping.
He comes out, but like when you come out to make the save, man, you need some urgency. And he's doing his little walk, and I'm just like, dude, come on, like have some pep in your step.
So that bothered me less with Penta because he has no relationship with Punk and Cena. So
that's totally fair.
It was more of like, I'm just here to screw with you guys.
And fortunately, Braun went out, but it just reminded me of that time that Jeff did that. Because
when Jeff did that in AEW, his brother was getting stomped on by 5 people, and he went out there and started dancing. That was great. Yeah.
That was the funniest shit ever.
I don't remember where. I heard Jeff talking about that, and he was like, dude, I don't know what the hell I was thinking when I did that. Like...
Yep.
But yeah, I thought that main event was awesome.
My audio's screwed up again.
Damn. Yeah, I mean, where do you think they go with this? Like,
can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Sorry, my headphones are all jacked up right now.
Oh, good.
So where does who go?
Like, it's Cena and Cody, right? But, like, do they do, like, Cena, Cody, Punk? Like, do they do Punk and Seth again? Does Punk and Seth somehow move over to Gunther? Like, what do you think?
I think my favorite option out of those is Cody, Punk, and Cena. Because we still haven't had Punk and Cody yet. And I want that. I crave that.
I think Punk and Cody's at Mania next year.
Oh, that would be so crazy.
Because I think they're trying to get to Roman and Seth 101 at Mania. So.
Oh, and then, yeah, Roman's got to get back into all this, too.
Yeah.
I don't know where that leaves Seth at SummerSlam, though.
Yeah, because you still got LA Knight. Yeah. Maybe they do.
That's true.
Maybe they do some kind of multi-man match, which isn't great for SummerSlam, but like maybe it's like Punk, LA Knight, Roman.
God, what a team!
Sammy versus Seth's group.
There's your War Games match.
Yeah, no shit. But I don't know.
You heard it here first.
I don't know. I have no idea what they're going to do. Like, besides the 2 match... That's the one interesting thing about this. Besides the 2... Jade wrestling for the SmackDown World title and Cena and Cody. I'm like, boy... I mean, we got... Really... SummerSlam is the next, like, pay-per-view. Because we have Evolution, but that's all women. And we have one Saturday night's main event. So they're building towards SummerSlam for the guys, at least.
Yep.
And I have no idea where the hell they're going with any of this.
That's what's great. So many people have so many different avenues and things going on right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Boy, I'm going to tell you now that they got some fire Survivor Series matches coming up.
Yep.
We got the Bad Bloodline versus the Reject Bloodline. You got Seth's group versus the Avengers. Yeah. So it's going to be interesting, that's for sure. Yeah, I don't know where they go with any of this.
How many appearances does Cena have left?
14?
Yeah, I was gonna say 15.
14,
Wonder if
15,
that's-
somewhere around there. So.
Let's see. 15.
Yeah, so what is it? It's about to be July,
This includes Night of
August,
Champions, so it is 14 now.
August, September, October, November. And there's
Great call.
5 months left in the year, so
6.
I mean it's more or less July.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's the 29th, so like
We're done the 6th month, though. There's still 6 full months to go.
that's true. Yeah. And I mean, so that's like what, a one pay-per-view appearance, and then some other stuff building up to it. So,
Yeah, man, I don't know how they're going to pack all this in with just 15
well, I
left.
don't know if there's a pay-per-view in December. So,
No, the only thing that's going to happen in December is the Saturday night main event where he retires.
right, yeah,
God, I cannot wait to see how much those tickets are.
that's gonna be the juiciest. Yeah. So, but yeah, man, no, I mean, it was a good show overall. I enjoyed it. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like this is a little shorter than most of our pay-per-view talks are, but like, it was kind of quick, but in a good way. Like, it wasn't bad. So,
Fine show.
yeah, I think so.
And now we've got a bit of an early Monday Night Raw
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Yeah, so we talked about it today. We're going to try to do the Monday night review tomorrow night after Raw. And then, then we guess so we'll probably start really full throttle into Evolution.
Yep.
And yeah, man. I mean, there was rumors Trish is going to be on SmackDown in these next coming weeks.
Ooh.
Hey.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Cool, man.
No, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. We'll see what's going to happen.
All right, brother.
All right. Give us your like, subscribe, comment, notifications. Hit the notification bell. Let us know what you thought of Night of Champions. Let us know what you think of your new King and Queen of the Rings, Cody Rhodes and Jade Cargill.
That's right.
You might check on little Nate, make sure he's okay.
My God.
Woo! He put out a tweet.
Okay.
He put out a tweet and said I'm alive, so that's
That's good.
positive. And yeah, let us know what your predictions are for SummerSlam. What you're feeling, what you're thinking. And we might have a little extra for you next week. We will see.
All right.
But yeah, that's it. So we will see everybody tomorrow night for your Raw review. Until then, we will see everybody later. Enjoy your wrestling. Peace.